Hello, everybody, and welcome to another live stream episode. I know it's been a long time since I did a sports related episode here on my channel, but today I wanted to do you a video. Um, I wanted to give you guys something that I've been wanting to talk about for a couple of days now. Um, I saw this list about a couple of days ago, and I really wanted to give you guys my thoughts on it. If you guys don't know, you could follow me on Instagram. Um, yeah, I'm on Instagram now, so you can guys follow me on Instagram. Anyways, I want to give you guys my thoughts on the Fox Sports' top 10 all-time New York, top 10 all-time Jets. Now, as you can see on this list, number one is Joe Namath, played for the Jets from 1965 to 1976. Curtis Martin, who really played from 1998 to 2005. Number three is Joe Klecko, who played for the Jets from 1977 to 1987. You have Don Mann, who played from 1960 to 1972. 1960, for you guys who do not know, the Jets were originally known as the New York Titans, and then in 63 they became the Jets. And then Winston Hill played for the Jets from 1963 from 1976, and of course in 1977 he played for the Rams. Number six is Darrelle Revis from 2007 to 2012. Then he played for the Jets again in 2015 and 2016. Number seven is Kevin Mawan, who played for the Jets from 1998 to 2005. Number eight, we got Mark Gaston, who played for the Jets from 1979 to 1988. Nick Mangold, who really played for the Jets from 2006 to 2016. And then you got Wesley Walker, who played for the Jets from 1977 to 1989. Obviously they got some of these years wrong. I mean, he played for the Jets from 2006 to 2016. Nick Mangold. Anyway, I think this is an excellent list. I mean, a large majority of these players are in the Hall of Fame. Obviously, Joe Namath's in the Hall of Fame. Curtis Martin's in the Hall of Fame. Joe Klecko's finally in the Hall of Fame. Don Manner's in the Hall of Fame. Winston Hill's in the Hall of Fame. Darrelle Revis in the Hall of Fame. And Kevin Mawan is in the Hall of Fame. The other three have yet to be inducted to the Hall of Fame. Now, if there's a couple of Jet players that I think deserve some really strong considerations for the Hall of Fame. It's Nick Mangold and Wesley Walker. Now, first, let me talk about Nick Mangold. If you guys who remember when I did my top 10 favorite New York Jets player of all time, Nick Mangold made the list. And I absolutely love Nick Mangold. I thought he was one of the best centers in the NFL during his tenure. I thought he was a really huge anchor and stick point on a New York Jets offensive line, especially New York Jet offensive line that went to two straight Jet team. They went to two straight AFC Championship games in 2009 and 2010. He was consistently one of the best parts of the Jets, especially during the playoff drought years. Some of the playoff drought years, he was just a great player to watch. I'm never forget when during a game, I can't tell if it was during a preseason or a regular season game where he played the game with a bloody finger. I just thought that was so badass. And the other Jet player that I think that deserves some consideration for the Hall of Fame is Wesley Walker. You know, Wesley Walker was one of my dad's favorite New York Jets players during his lifetime. Wesley Walker, I know a lot of people love him for his personality, for his production as a Jet. I mean, this guy was one of the best deep threat, one of the best wide receivers of his generation. Was a first-team All-Pro in 1978. Obviously, his greatest moment or greatest highlight is when he scored 4 touchdowns in 1986 against the Miami Dolphins, in which the Jets won 51-45 in overtime against the Miami Dolphins. But Wesley Walker was great. Wesley Walker was incredible. The fact that this man was legally blind in one eye, yet he was still able to run around, run by defensive backs, track the football, and catch it is still pretty damn remarkable to me. I think he definitely deserves some consideration for the Hall of Fame, considering how tremendous he was during his 12-year career. And I noticed an interesting statistic. He averaged 19 yards a catch. That's insane. Now, some of you guys may be wondering, but Charles, what about Mark Gastineau? I know a lot of Mark Gansel is one of those controversial, divisive players. But as a pass rusher, yeah, he's one of the greatest of all time. This is the guy that was that's a famous and iconic pass rusher. I mean, there was a guy that, in 1984, he set a then NFL record for most quarterback sacks in a season with 22, which would then be broken by Michael Strahan in 2001 and by TJ Watt in 2020 or in 2021. I'm not entirely sure, but he did also tie Michael Strahan for that record. As a pass rusher, yes, he should be in the Hall of Fame, but part of me says no because he was selfish. He was more about himself than the team. But I can understand why some people would feel he belongs in the Hall of Fame because he was a great pass rusher. He was a fantastic pass rusher. He really, really was. Hey, Yeti. But obviously Winston Hill obviously was a great left tackle for the Jets during the times of Joe Namath. He was easily one of the best left tackles of his generation, and definitely belongs in the Hall of Fame. Obviously, he got in posthumously, but he still is a Hall of Famer. And Revis obviously is a first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the greatest lockdown, shutdown cornerbacks in NFL history, along with the likes of Deion Sanders, Mel Blount, Champ Bailey, Lester Hayes, Mike Haynes, Willie Brown, all those all-time great cornerbacks that, Aeneas Williams, all those guys that were tremendous lockdown, shutdown cornerbacks, So, yeah, Darrelle Revis was among them. But, yeah, I think this was a pretty good list, although I think they need to reevaluate their data on how long did these guys play for the Jets. But Curtis Warren, unfortunately, I didn't see him play, but I heard nothing but great things about him as a person and as a football player. I think some honorable mentions should be Wayne Corbett. I mean, he's one of the greatest undrafted free agents in NFL history. Freeman McNeil, he was a tremendous running back for the Jets too. Al Toon, I mean, my father said from a talent perspective, he was just as good as Jerry Rice. And unfortunately, he didn't have the right coach to really help him achieve a Hall of Fame caliber career. But yeah, a lot of these, Freeman McNeil was great. Al Toon was awesome. Wesley, I mean, I still can't get over how Wesley Walker, not that I'm being disrespectful, but Wesley Walker, the fact that this man had bad vision, bro, especially in one eye, and to have the success that he had is just straight up incredible. It's incredible. Got to give him nothing but love and respect for that. 19 yards a catch. That's insane. Freeman McNeil was pretty damn good. Winston Hill obviously deserves it. Don Manning. It's funny. When I first saw retro highlights of Don Manning, my first reaction was, oh my God, this guy is skinny as shit. Someone give this guy a sandwich. But if you saw this guy line up against defensive backs, run right by them, it's like, holy crap, this guy's incredible. Him and Lance Alda were like the two most highly regarded wide receivers from the AFL, the American Football League. They were tremendous. Now, some people think that Joe Namath doesn't deserve the spot on number one. I think he does, because number one, his guarantee him help leading the Jets to victory in Super Bowl III over the heavily favored Baltimore Colts changed the course of NFL history. Number two, he's the first quarterback in pro football history to throw for over 4,000 yards. And three, he was the original diva, in a good way, of course. And number four, he helped popularize pro football during his time. He, in some aspects, helped set the standard for what a superstar should be. I think his stats, I know a lot of people like to shit on him because of his stats, but He played in a different era. Football was a different animal back then. But you know what I mean. I mean, this guy, I mean, Joe Namath, he had a cannon for an arm. So there's that. Curtis Morton, obviously the greatest running back in the history of the franchise. Joe Klecko, maybe the greatest defensive player in the history of the franchise, other than Darrelle Revis. You know, because Joe Klecko, he was amazing at 3 different positions on the defensive line. He was phenomenal at the defensive end. He was phenomenal at the defensive tackle, and he was phenomenal at the nose tackle. I think he made All Pro at in multiple positions in most, if not all, those positions. And you know, he was the best player on the New York Stock Exchange and probably the best player on the Jets during his tenure. He was that damn good. I'm actually glad he's in the Hall of Fame because my father really loved him a lot. Kevin Mawae was great. I mean, he started off his career with the Seahawks and he came to the Jets in '98 and blocked for Curtis Martin his entire career as a Jet. You know, and then from 2006 to 2009, he played for the Tennessee Titans. And during like 2 years, he would block for a pretty solid running back, in my opinion, in Chris Johnson, who would go on to break Marshall Faulk's record for the most scrimmage yards in a season in 2009, which is pretty damn remarkable, if you ask me. But yeah, man, you know, Wesley Walker, he was incredible. Nick Mangold, love that brother. I would love to meet him in person. Hopefully he gets in the Hall of Fame. Does Mark Gastineau have a shot? I think he still does, but we'll see what the hell happens. You know, we'll see what the hell happens with the Hall of Fame voting. So, yeah. But let me know what you guys think of this ranking. Do you guys think the ranking is good? Do you guys think the ranking is bad? Would you change some things? And let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Let's see. Ford, New Jersey, stand up. Okay. Charles. Kevin Mawae, Jet Center, let damn right. One Eye Wesley, glad I caught you speaking my language. On the go. I haven't eaten at Harold's, to be honest with you. I don't think I ever did. Ranking looks good to me. It does, but they need to improve on, but they need to get their data corrected in what years they play to and from. Hold on one second to get a bottle of water. Hello, Chinkin Jenkins. How are you? Is important. High quality H2O. Damn straight. The Eagles won. They advanced to the NFC. They'll be hosting. Hopefully Buffalo loses this game. Yeah, the Eagles, they beat the Saquon Barkley had a hell of a game. Let me see how many rushing yards he had. Saquon is just kicking ass in the postseason. Saquon Barkley, here are his stats. 26 rushes for 205 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts didn't really have to do much of anything. He went 15 for 20, 128 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Gardner had a nice game. Matthew Stafford did all he could, but excuse me. Matthew Stafford, 26 for 44, 324, and 2 touchdowns. Kyron Williams, 19 carries for 106 yards. Puka Nacua, 6 catches for 97 yards. Man, oh man, oh man. I probably would say, no disrespect to Chiefs fan, probably my most anticipated game of Championship Sunday is Washington and Philadelphia. Because let's not forget, Washington did beat the Eagles this year. They beat the Eagles this year. And, Dan Quinn has shown that he can be a good coach again. I know a lot of got a bad rap in Atlanta. But, he did a really nice job in Atlanta, in my opinion. I mean, led them to their first Super Bowl appearance since, 1998. And they were up 28-3, but the team, I think, got a little too cocky. They got a little too arrogant. And they let Tom Brady come back and win the game. Now this is an interesting question. Charles, if there was one player on the Jets you could have dinner with, who would it be and why? I would say Garrett Wilson. Because I think I like him. I would say Garrett Wilson because I like he's humble, he's a hardworking guy, he's a great competitor, and he's just a great player. I really like Garrett Wilson. Washington beat Philly when Philly didn't have Jalen Hurts. True, but you still got to beat the Eagles. Like, you got a couple of quality backups, decent backups. Obviously, Kenny Pickett's not great, but the other guy, McGee, he doesn't look too bad to me, I'm not saying he's great, but he don't look too bad to me. But this guy, Jayden Daniels, he's amazing. I love Jayden Daniels. I hope he wins Rookie of the Year. Although, could Brock Bowers win? I mean, he had an historic season, but no one is beating us. We'll see about that, South Philly. We'll see about that. Never underestimate your opponent. Tell you that right now. Oh, yeah, Jayden Daniels is amazing. The fact that the Washington embarrassed the Lions the way they did shows me that they're for real. Jayden Daniels is a very good quarterback. I pray to God Almighty he doesn't end up like RG3 where injuries destroy his career. Because Washington needs a quarterback like this. They haven't had a quarterback this talented and this potential promise that looks potentially amazing since Robert. Oh, come on now. Seriously? Now, what the fuck? Well, what type of question is that, dude? Like, what are you trying to say? Charles? Do you watch Jujutsu? No, I don't know what that anime is. You're going to have to explain that one to me. I think the Commanders real. You think Commanders going to be in the Super Bowl? Commanders versus Ravens. That should be a good one. But the thing is, though, the freaking Chiefs, man, from what I heard, there were quite a few calls that went the Chiefs' way against the Houston Texans. So you got to watch out. Let me stop sharing this. Flopping? Did you see Mahomes flopping? You mean on the sideline? Yeah, I thought it was pretty stupid. But it is what it is. Lamar tried to do too much. Why? What happened? What's going on? Who's leading in the Ravens and Bills game? Because the last time the Ravens played the Bills, it's 7-all. What does Franklin Richards have to do with them? Franklin Richards? What does a fictional character named Franklin Richards have to do with anything? Um, Lamar a fumble and a pick. Oh, okay. Really? Wow. He's turned the ball over a lot. That's not good, Lamar. Come on, Lamar. Stop screwing up. This isn't, well, you guys know what I mean. It's 7-7. Bills got the football. Just saying he beat the entire list low difficulty. Okay, whatever. Um, but Revis is definitely my favorite Jet player of all time, and he definitely deserves to be in the top 10. Top 10, without question. He's the best player we've ever had. In my lifetime, that's for damn sure. Talent wise, well, Revis played corner. He was in cornerback. Joe Klecko played defensive end, defensive tackle, and nose tackle. Altoon was pretty damn good too. Altoon was incredible. 14-7 Buffalo. Come on, Lamar, better get your head out of your ass, man. Altoon was really damn good. My father is a humongous Altoon fan. Oh, I like Bilal Powell too. He was a good player. He was a very solid player. Josh Allen scored on a 1-yard touchdown run. Interesting. I think you mean shutdown, not shit down. Reeves was a true shutdown corner in an age where all the rules favored offense. His prime wasn't as long, but never think anyone has done or will do what he did for a while. True, man. I think it's going to be hard to do. I mean, in 2009, many people regard as the greatest cornerback season in NFL history. I don't know. I haven't heard from her. I haven't talked to her on Instagram in a while, but I don't know what happened to Carly. I have no idea. Uh, hmm. See if Chicken Jenkins is on here. Hmm. What range do you normally date if there is one? What age range? Well, you got to be at least an adult. So, um, I would say probably in the early to mid 20s, but I wouldn't mind dating someone that's a little bit older. Do I want Glenn? My number one choice is still Flores. I know there's a Jet fan that can't stand Flores, but I wouldn't mind Aaron Glenn. I think people are because the Lions lost to the Commanders. People are turned off by him. Dan Quinn, the last game of the defensive coordinator. Yes, Danger. I see your chats. A lot of people are turned off by Glenn because how the Lions lost in the NFC division round, but people's like, remember how bad Dallas lost to the Packers in last year's playoff, and Dan Quinn still got a head coaching job. But we'll see what the hell happens. Charles, get you an older woman. You won't regret it. No problem. I'm a Flores hater. I don't like that term hater. Haters usually hate for no reason. I'll take Glenn if we're going DC. If we go in DC, Lions lost. He was number 2 before week 4. Also, hate y'all. Hope you're. Don't use that term hater because haters hate for no reason. Don't use that term hater. People overacting lines getting rolled is silly. They were devastated by injuries. That is very true. I mean, their biggest loss was Aiden Hutchinson. That dude. I tried White Castle. Uh, Sorry, hold on. I tried White Castle. Wasn't impressed. Ravens or Bills, Charles? I'm gonna go with the Ravens, but let's see what Lamar Jackson does. Been together is 11 years older than me. Been together 9 years now. She's my queen. Hey, congratulations, Benny. Younger is fun when you want to play house. Jets, Jets, Jets. Um, Muhammad Wilkerson. He was good until he got paid. So I don't really can't say whether or not he was overrated or underrated. He was good for a while until he got his money. That's all I'm going to say about that. Thank you, South Philly. He was so good before getting paid. That's what I was saying. He was so good. He was one of the best defensive ends in the league, along with J.J. Watt. And then once he got paid, he didn't give a shit no more. And I'm like, what the hell, dude? I'm not a Chiefs guy if it's Bills versus Chiefs. Look, man, if Lamar gets his head out of his ass, I think it could be Ravens and Chiefs. They got the and the Bills are heading in the wrong direction. Same here. Um, how's Colonial Pizza? Never had Colonial Pizza. I know there's an old school ice cream spot. Wilkerson became a turd on as soon as we brought in Quentin Copus, who infected the entire room with his cancerous attitude. Won the money time when he was the king turd. Agreed. It's 14-10 now, so Henry has butter hands. Who is your top 10? I did a list of my top 10 favorite Jets players of all time, Big Phil. You gotta go watch that video. I did it last year, so or was it earlier this year? I'm not sure. You gotta go watch that video. How do I feel about the Giants? Well, they gotta get their shit together. That's all I'm gonna say. Who would be my top three picks? If there was a Marvel Universe superhero draft, who would be the top three picks? Well, that's a good question. Maybe I know Wolverine would be a top pick. I know Spider Man would definitely be popular, and maybe Iron Man. Who the hell knows? Fast food. My favorite fast food place is Wendy's. Squir- you like Squirrel Girl Jake? More power to you, man. More power to you. Spider Man is my pick. A lot of people like him. But only, oh, come on now, really? But only if it's Tobey Maguire. But not Peter Parker. You know, Peter Parker is Spider Man, right? Not Tobey Maguire is the actor that played him in the Raimi films. I also like Tom Holland personally, but say hi to my wife, Charles. Her name's Kat. Hi, Kat. Nice to meet you. No, I don't like Starbucks. I don't drink coffee, so no. She was OP in a gun. She also beat. Yeah, I know. I think it was bullshit. I still think she's a bullshit character, but that's just me personally. I think she's a bullshit character because the fact that she has this random ability where she can just beat people at will and get the fuck out of here. I think she's a bullshit character. I hate the Bills. We all hate the Bills. I'm not a Bills fan either, so there's that. Bills are up 14-10 and they're driving. My wife and I look forward. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Can the Ravens win tonight? They can. Anyone's got a chance, but we'll see what the hell happens. I do want anyone over the Chiefs, right? Look, a lot of people do. A lot of people don't like the Chiefs because how the NFL favors them. Thank you. I'm keeping it for now, but I definitely plan on shaving the rest of my facial hair when I get enough time. So, what the hell happened to James Cook? That's what I want to know. James Cook has 7. Why ain't they running the ball? What happened with James Cook? Is he hurt? Are you taking callers? If you want me to. No, put in the fucking shit. He's a very he's like and he had a tremendous look. I know. Oh shit. Have you ever watched Aeon Flux? Have you ever watched? Hold on. Look this up. Oh, this. What the fuck is this? No, I have not. F the Bills better than a Jake Ag. I don't know about that. Hey Lane, how are you?
Good. The boxes are so small, though. I don't know why.
What boxes?
No, on the thing. It came out small. Oh, there it is. It's good now. So, how was
You ever
that?
watch Perfect Blue? No, I have not. What's Perfect Blue? Is that an anime, Chicken Jenkins? I have no idea.
How's everything today? Good?
Good. Good, man. Yeah, the Bills are leading right now.
Yeah, I know.
You asked me how I feel about the Giants. Look, man,
Yeah.
I know you grew up a Giants fan, which is understandable. So
Yeah.
did my grandfather. May his soul rest in peace. Anime movie. Really good psychological thriller. Okay, Chicken Jenkins, I'll take your word for it.
And animated.
Anime
Like,
is Japanese, like Japanese cartoon, Japanese animation.
I don't
Those
really.
offenses are so goddamn annoying. Listen, man, the Bills. I think Joe Brady's a good offensive coordinator. I really think so. Ooh, Joshua Ray. Welcome to the stream chat, brother. My top 3 Jets of all time were Revis, Toon, and Curtis Martin. Toon is a great Jet, and I wish I saw him play. Unfortunately, I was still my dad's you know what when he was playing. So
Yeah.
Could you put his steak in him rather than you?
Yeah, Mom. Yeah.
Lamar stopped turning the ball over. Yeah. Well, he's
Today's
been
game was
sacked a
good.
couple of times. What?
Today's game was so good. Yeah, I watched the
What
first
game?
one.
The Eagles and Rams game? Oh, it was a great game.
Yeah, I know.
Saquon
It's
rushed
now
for 205 yards and 2 touchdowns.
it's snowing outside now. It's really coming down.
Yeah, it is. Revis, was my favorite Jet because to me he exemplified greatness. He worked hard, he played hard. He was a guy that really wanted to perfect his craft. I know his prime wasn't as long as we wanted him to do, wanted it to be, but his prime was so good. It's unforgettable. So Charles, oh, for dinner tonight I had my mom's chicken soup, but she made it differently this time. She cooked the angel hair pasta in the broth, and she put a little more salt in it. Okay, there's James Cook. No, I didn't send Lovsky any soup. No, I did not. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
It's okay. That was some play I just saw for a second. Oh, a
Play.
flag. There's a
A
flag.
flag?
Yeah, there's a flag on the Oh, on. Let me see what's on. Oh, it's on the Ravens. Oh God.
Jesus Christ.
Mm.
Offensive PI. A BS call. Why it was against the Ravens? Bills get the calls too, I guess. Guess so. And the Bills get the ball first, start the second half. That's not good.
Oh, look at for next week. Next week will be Washington at Philadelphia for next week.
Yep. I know. Should be a
That's
good
the
game.
third round. Yeah. Then whoever wins that goes to the Super Bowl.
Jayden Daniels is the first rookie quarterback since Mark Sanchez to make it to the conference championship game.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite female superhero? Easy, Wonder Woman. Since the Bills scored, did they kick a field goal?
Yeah. 14.
And Morris says Brock Purdy. Oh, right, Brock Purdy. My apologies, Brock Purdy. Forgot about him. Yeah. I'm going with Notre Dame. I would like to see them win a title. I like their coach, Marcus Freeman. I think he's done a great job. Josh Allen just scored another touchdown. It's going to be 21-10, depending the extra point. Oh, I love that cartoon. You kidding me, Chicken Jenkins? That to me is the greatest Teen Titans animated show of all time. Screw Teen Titans Go. That show is trash. I mean, I love the 2003 Teen Titans show. That show was amazing. When there's trouble, you know what to do. Call Cyborg. Love that show. Love that show as a kid. Big Phil already answered. I said it's Wonder Woman. Love that one. Great. Okay, thanks. No problem, big fella. My second favorite female hero, though, in all of pop culture is Xena Warrior Princess. Yeah, she's very... And Linda Carter, Gal Gadot is very beautiful. But Linda Carter, she's pushing 80s, and she still looks good for her age, too. So don't count her out. Did you like Tara or Raven? My female members of the Titans are Starfire and Raven. Tara was fine. I didn't mind her too much. She was fine, but Starfire and Raven all day. How many more subs can we start sending super chats? Well, I have about 205, 207. So I need about 500 subscribers to do YouTube memberships. Lucy Lawless is hot too. Oh my God, yes, Big Phil. Now you're speaking my language. Lucy Lawless is gorgeous. You know who I'm talking about, Lane?
Yeah, he's from what animated one was he from? It wasn't
Lucy Lawless?
I used to watch like the Hercules. Then
with Kevin Sorbo. That was my jam too.
Yeah, I used to watch Charm actually, but fortunately one of them died. Fortunately, sad and dirty from the TV show. I remember Powerpuff Girls.
The 1998 version, that was my jam too. That was my show too. Excuse me.
The Powerpuff, so funny. Those the Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, I remember.
That was a great show too.
Okay, they have time now.
It's 21-10 Buffalo, and they get ball to start the second half.
Oh God, yeah. Verizon commercial.
I'm happy that James Brown is still doing the halftime show for CBS. I like him a lot.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah.
Matt Ryan was a very good quarterback. You remember Matt Ryan?
Yeah.
I think he's still friends with Eli. I know him and Eli are very close friends.
Yeah, I mean, he's starting like the playoffs. The third round next week. So
Matt Ryan was a very good quarterback for Falcons.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
Notre Dame
I know one of the kids that I was so friendly with in elementary school was massive into Power Rangers. I liked her, but I wasn't like super into her. But
Yeah.
I did like the Blue Ranger from Power Rangers Ninja Storm. I thought she was cute. And the Yellow Ranger from Power Rangers Dawn of Thunder, I liked her too. But my favorite Power Rangers shows were Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, and SBD. Benjamin Cobb, Boston College, yes sir. Power Rangers. I never got out of the Time Force. I never really followed the entire Power Rangers franchise. But what really sucked though is that we lost Jason David Frank. He was my favorite Power Ranger of all time, like without question.
Do you know what I don't get is why does Addison always like curses a lot? I don't get that.
I curse a lot too. What are you talking about?
I guess maybe that's how he is. I mean, a lot of people get like excited, but there's Beast Breakers. Oh my God.
I know a lot of people don't like him. I don't think he's a bad dude. I just think he's a bit rough around the edges.
Yeah.
I know he's a passionate guy. I do agree
Yeah, I
with Jake. He
know. I
does
mean,
make some good
I'm not
points.
saying that he's like bad and all. It's just that
Did
maybe
I
this
like
is
Yu-Gi-Oh? It's funny.
oh
When I was a kid
Yu-Gi-Oh.
growing up, oh, I'm sorry, Lane, what were you saying?
Yeah, I used to collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
A lot of kids I went to elementary school would used to collect Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I was never really into that stuff. I know Beastbreaker hates you, big fella. I know. He called you a derogatory word for homosexual men. I don't like derogatory words. Matt Ryan took on one of the highest hit at Boston College. Google it. I'll look it up. Pokemon over Yu-Gi-Oh. Hey, it's your opinion. I was never really into either one of them, to be honest. I did like Digimon though. I did like Digimon though. Digimon is also great. Yeah, I've watched a few iterations of Digimon. That was pretty good too. What's the usual fare for Super Bowl, Charles? I have no idea. I have no idea what you mean by this.
Mhm. I have no idea
I didn't
also.
play.
Pokemon.
I don't really watch Pokemon, so I'm going to say neither. Oh, food. Food. Oh, well, my mother's thinking about making us some chicken wings. Bakugan. I remember something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm coming, Daddy. I love you. Yeah. Steak and fries. You like the steak? Yeah, it's a nice steak. I like it like well done. It is well done.
I watched a little bit of Beyblades. That was fine.
Who's it? Charles. Charles. Okay, I have to go with. You have to eat steak. Okay. There's try something one that.
Who is your number one head coaching candidate? Mine is Brian Flores, but I wouldn't mind Aaron Glenn. Been on here for over an hour. Who do I want as OC? Well, I wouldn't mind either Josh McCown or Mark Brunell as an offensive coordinator. Fan since 1988. God bless you, man. We don't have any experience, so I'm afraid we're going to have to pass on that. Look, guys, I'm going to end the stream right here. It was great talking with you guys, and have enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out.